Welcome to our second game of the opening day of the Colorado Open for 2017. And we have the Columbine winners, Kentucky. Out there you can see in the black shirts. They come up against the home side, Colorado. Colorado lining up. Number 1, Rob Janaris off 1 goal. Number 2, Pablo Spinacci off 6 goals. Number 3, their linchpin, their main man, Diego Kavanagh, off 8 goals. And a back, Roberto Zeda, off 4 goals. Kentucky then. The form team. I'll just confirm which of the Beck brothers are playing at number 1. Guillermo Torreira, you see him out there. He's in the number 3 shirt. The 8-goal player, Matias Torres Zavaleta. He's out there in number 2, 6 goals. Juan Monteverde, 5 goals. Play. Now we go. The ball isn't playing. It's out the line out straight away. It looks like with Kavanagh. This captain now of the Colorado side. Kavanagh now forcing the space. Look at Rob Janaris going to take away Zavaleta. It's a long drive down the ground by Diego Kavanagh. And did I tell you he was on form? He is on form, but he's hit it just wide to the right this time. Early opportunity then, an early sighting of goal for the team in yellow, Colorado. But Diego Kavanagh just hitting it wide to the right-hand side of the goalpost. Remember those rules that we're playing with here? A goal does not result in a roll-in and a change of ends. Instead, it's just a hit-in off the back line for the team that conceded the goal. We change ends at the halfway point. So here come now Kentucky. Guillermo Torreira with the pass out to the left, looking for Zavaleta. Zavaleta who gets there well in front of Zeda. Zeda though forces the mistake out of Zavaleta, and it's now backed by Diego Kavanagh. Kavanagh looking for Spinacci. Spinacci ridden hard by Beck in the white helmet out there. That's Andrew Beck out there. As it's picked up now by Spinacci, looking to put a bit of calm on proceedings with the shot down the ground, looking for running Diego Kavanagh. Kavanagh couldn't quite get there in front of Torreira. He forced it backwards towards the goal. Torreira, look at that. Cool, calm, confident by Guillermo Torreira, now showing his class, taking it right in front of his own goal, now checking on the boards. Torreira slowing it down under pressure by Kavanagh. The 2 8-goalers together, the 2 team captains. This is what we want to see as it's there, and the whistle is blown early on. We're waiting to see what the umpires have decided. You see there, Guille just having a little look at his pony. Got hit quite hard there. This black-shirted side beat Valiente. Slight upset in the Columbine, the final. They did beat Colorado quite convincingly in that tournament as well. Zavaleta, undoubtedly the player of that game. If you see in our alignment alongside Fantasy Polo, he was well out in front as the top point scorer that day. And now he looks to get running here. Zavaleta hooked out the play early though by Roberto Zeda, and it's picked up now by Kavanagh. Kavanagh now slowing it down in front of Monteverde. Monteverde's got to get the hook. Torreira's there as well, and it's Kavanagh with a little flick backhand looking for Rob Janaris. Janaris backs it back into the danger zone. It's going to be between Zeda and Zavaleta. Zavaleta takes it. Zavaleta's away, looking for a pass towards Torreira, but it's only gone as far as Spinacci. Spinacci hooked out of it well, though, by Guillermo Torreira. Torreira now have a look for a run of Matias Zavaleta, but the umpires, they have blown a whistle again. It was Torreira and Kavanagh coming together. Players lining up. An area where this Kentucky side was so effective in that first tournament was their line-out strength. Hardly lost a single one, which is so important if you are to go far in a tournament. But Colorado fighting hard, but it's Torreira who comes away with it. Torreira now for Kentucky, coming away with the ball. Hooked out of the play well by Kavanagh. It's there now with Roberto Zeda. Zeda turning it around. Has a look for runner Spinacci. Spinacci wanted the backhand, and he gets it. Now see where Rob Janaris goes. Janaris will look to take Monteverde out the action. Spinacci just slows down on the play, taking it up towards Zavaleta. Spinacci with a side to a goal. He spotted the gap, but he's just hit it wide to the left-hand side. Another chance. Good pressure early on here from Colorado. So Monteverde with the ball. Monteverde having looked to see where Guillermo Torreira goes. Torreira comes in behind Andrew Beck up the front should they choose to use him. He's so effective at stretching the players, Andrew Beck, but it's there with Monteverdi with a little near side flick. Nothing on it by Spinacci, and it'll fall now for Zavaleta. Zavaleta taking it up towards Roberto Zeta. Zeta got the confidence to bring it round in front over the halfway line. Going back now as Zavaleta chases him hard. Open backhand by Zeta. It's gone to nobody though. So Zavaleta will get there again. Bring it back. Giving himself the time and space. These players love to do that if it means going back towards their own halfway line. And what a shot by Monteverdi. But sorry, no, by Zavaleta it was, but it's just gone wide to the right hand side of the goalpost. So it remains scoreless. 2 minutes remaining here in the first. Long range shooting seems to be the order of the day so far. And the umpires, it looks like, have given the players a chance to go off and change on some fresh ponies. Out here now, it's a knock-in for Colorado. Looks like Roberto Zeta to take. Up the ground go Rob Janavas and Pablo Spinacci. Zeta just tapping the ball in. Watch for Diego Kavanagh. He is just sitting, floating, or waiting to see any sort of a gap. He may have wanted to touch Monteverdi. So I know Terrera a little further away, but he eventually comes into it in open space now. Here comes Diego Kavanagh. Just look how he slows that horse down. Checks, make sure that Monteverdi has no play. But again, the accuracy's not there from this Colorado side. So it's going to be up to Spinacci still to make something of it. He thought, quite rightly, he probably would have drawn the whistle of the umpires had he gone for that play. So he just let it roll over back line. It's going to be Kentucky Bull. Monteverdi, I'd imagine, be the one to take. It's notable is the way that Terrera and Zavaleta, they go pretty straight to begin with. They keep Colorado guessing what they're going to do. And it's eventually Terrera who picks it up deep. He just hits a little flick pass. And look at the speed of Monteverdi now. Lovely flick backhand. Finding Terrera just about. In the end, it falls for Zavaleta. Zavaleta slows it down. He'll leave it now for Terrera. Terrera taps it up over halfway line. Spinacci takes away Zavaleta to try and separate this little duo. Now Zavaleta does it in turn, taking away Spinacci, giving Terrera the time and space to hit the lofted shot down the ground, but it's going to be picked up by Janavas. Janavas' lovely shot over the boards, clearing for his side. And with under 30 seconds remaining, it looks like we very well may have a scoreless opening chukker here. The players lining up again, waiting for that gap to form, and the ball is back in play, and it's going to go all the way out for Diego Kavanagh. Kavanagh now out the back, under pressure from Zavaleta, has looked down the ground to see where the players are. Zavaleta, though, taking out the play well by Roberto Zeta, allowing Diego Kavanagh the chance to go on a run, but he again scoops it over as well, and that will be the end of the opening chukker of play. Scoreless here, a few sighters for either side, but no real goalmouth action for us, and it remains nil goals all. So players back on the field for the second chukker now. Scoreless. Not often you see that, especially with the attacking talent on both these sides. But understandable, first games of the tournament. Just still figuring a few things out. And it's gone all the way out the back of the line out for Diego Kavanagh. Kavanagh now looking to put on a bit of speed. He's approached quickly by Guille Terrera, who would cut down that angle for Kavanagh. So imagine Kavanagh would probably just stop on it here, look to come inside, see where his players go. He's got Roberto Zeta coming in behind him. Spinacci's been taken way out the play by Monteverdi, but still that's what Kavanagh looks for. Monteverdi's got to meet it, and he does just about, putting enough on it to give it to Matias Zavaleta. Zavaleta now, where the players go. Zavaleta looks up, sees now find where his players are going. He may look to run this on his own, Zavaleta, just slowing it down now. Up the ground goes Monteverdi. Terrera, he's in behind. These two will look to stay as close as possible to each other for a little bit, and then Terrera goes, wanting the pass, but instead he drew the players with, rare mistake by Zavaleta. The space was made for him. In it goes Spinacci. Monteverdi, he's there as well, just hitting the ball underneath the legs of a pony. Monteverdi spinning round. The line was fine, said the umpires. He hits a pass up the ground, looking for Zavaleta. Now Zavaleta goes. He's only got Rob Janavas to beat. Zavaleta with the cut shot, but he's just put too much on it. It's going to go wide to the left-hand side. It will stay in play, actually, as Colorado now have the chance to counter. Quickly onto it was Monteverdi. Nothing wrong with it. Tail backhand. Could have gone on his own, but I think that's what Terrera was thinking, but they've still come away with the ball. Terrera called for the tail backhand. Looking for Zavaleta. It's going to come to himself, though. He'll claim he meant to do that. Terrera open backhand. That's the understanding I was talking about. As Zavaleta comes onto it in plenty of space after that lovely open backhand. He drives it long up towards the goal, but again it just goes wide. 0-0 it remains. Just about 3 minutes, just under. Played in this chukker. And it's going to be there with Roberto Zeta. Tapping it in, having a look up where his players are. They've all gone left, and that's where the ball heads in the direction of Diego Kavanagh. This is a man who they need to give the time and space to. You saw Janavas there taking Beck away from the play. The ball now hit long, looking for runner Zeta. Roberto Zeta, all he had for space. He's made life difficult for himself. He may yet get there. Zeta coming down the ground, but he's just hit it into the ponies, and it's going to be cleared away now by Monteverde. Monteverde turning it around. He'll have a look to see where Torreira is. He slows it down, comes aside, picks up the bouncing ball. Wonderful play there by Monteverde, and it's Torreira out in front. He's only got green grass in front of him. Guillermo Torreira, he's under pressure now from Janavas. Oh, and the pressure, so I know it was a Kavanagh was enough, and now Janavas comes on to it, called off by Roberto Zeta. He makes a bit of a meal of it, and Monteverde can come onto the play. There's Spinacci though, in front of all of them. Spinacci now for Colorado, bringing it away. We're halfway through the second chukker. Spinacci under the next shot, looking for Rob Janavas instead of the full for Roberto Zeta. Zeta with the cut shot down the ground, looking for Diego Kavanagh. This is more like it than Colorado, but an unlucky bounce, and it will fall again for Roberto Zeta. Zeta with the tap into the 60. Coming in behind him is Diego Kavanagh. Here's a chance. Zeta with the shot towards the goal. It's going to roll. It's going to roll wide to the left-hand side. Neither team just able to convert so far in this game. So difficult to read where these Kentucky players go. This time Zavaleta does the blocking job, just making life difficult for Rob Janavas to get anywhere near the hitter. Then he runs out left. The pass, it works. Good set play, Polo there by Kentucky as they now look to run with Zavaleta under pressure from Spinacci. Spinacci gets his man, and it's Janavas now to come on to it for Colorado. Janavas taking it towards the boards. Under the next shot, looking to make some space for himself, but it's going to fall for Zavaleta again, leaving it for Torreira. Torreira now coming across with the ball. Under pressure from Spinacci. Spinacci needs to get the man early. Torreira thought about leaving it, but he thought that Zavaleta was closer to him. It falls for Diego Kavanagh. Kavanagh with a little golf chip down the ground for Spinacci. Spinacci with the tap, and we do have our first goal of the game. It is Colorado who lead 1-0. 2 minutes remaining here in the second. This new rule here, concede a goal, you start with the ball on the back line. What a play there by Diego Kavanagh. Lovely chip shot down the ground. And Spinacci was never going to miss him there. Now Monteverde passing it out, looking for Torreira. Torreira now putting on the speed. Look at him go. Guillermo Torreira, he gets away from Spinacci, but leaves the ball behind cuss of a commentator, and it's going to fall for Diego Kavanagh. Kavanagh turning it round, having a look to see where Spinacci goes. Kavanagh with the shot down the ground, but it's only going to go as far as Roberto Zeta. Roberto Zeta looking to double the lead. Zeta with the shot towards the goal. He's run through them all. Lovely goal there, and it's two in quick succession. You wait nearly 14 minutes for a goal, and you suddenly get two in the space of 30 seconds, and they have both gone to Colorado in the yellow. New shirts. First game that we have seen them. As the ball now with Monteverde. In behind him comes Guille Torreira. Monteverde with a long shot down the ground, looking for a run of Andrew Beck, but there first is Roberto Zeta. Zeta tail back, and lovely Polo there. Plenty of angle, enough distance on it to find Spinacci. Then returns the favour, finding Diego Kavanagh. Kavanagh's at an angle. He sees Janavas up there on his own if he can find him. He went for the big neck shot. It may yet fall for Spinacci. Guille Torreira making sure he doesn't get an easy life fit. Janavas, he picks it up. It's still in the danger zone. Torreira's got to get the ball, and he does. Coming away hard for Spinacci. Spinacci looking for the hook, and eventually the horse just forces Guille to leave it behind, and it's there with Rob Janavas. Janavas tapping it up against the boards. Good play there by the one goaler Janavas. Coming up there against Zavaleta, though, and Zavaleta just too much as we enter the last 10 seconds of this second chuck run as the ball goes over the boards. That will more than likely be that. So 2 goals in this chucker, both in favour of Colorado, 2 in quick succession, and they've had the momentum as well. They've deserved it. Diego Kavanagh controlling matters so well for his side, and 1 goal apiece from both Zeta and Spinacci. So players back out on field, third chuck of play then. Kentucky, winners of the Columbine, yet to trouble the scorers. But they will be ready for action. Don't you worry about that. Ball back in play. It's there with Zavaleta on the grey, bringing it round, but he's under pressure from Diego Kavanagh, so he leaves it for Monteverdi. Kavanagh still around. He hits for the shot now. Down the ball, looking for Zavaleta. He was down the ground. Look at Janavas and Beck knocking lumps out of each other on the far side, making sure that neither of the young guns is an option at the front. So Torreira, plenty of time. He'll keep doing this as long as he's able to. Just tapping it. Watch again for Zavaleta. Ooh, met him with Spinacci. That could be costly. Spinacci now out of the equation. So down the ground goes Torreira, looking for Beck he was, but it's going to be Roberto Zeta with the open backhand, looking for Janavas. Janavas momentarily got away from Beck, so it's up to Zavaleta now to come in and stop him. Zavaleta on the near side, just forcing Rob Janavas out wide, and Zavaleta's called for the tail backhand by Beck. Beck under pressure from Zeta, just flicks it to no one, and Zeta will get there in front of Torreira. Zeta takes it out back towards his own goal. 2 minutes played here in the third, the final chukker of this first half. Zeta has a look at his stick there, not sure it's not taking a little bit of a break there as he hit the ball, but it looks fine from there as he approaches now the halfway line. Going down the ground at speed is Diego Kavanagh. Monteverdi's going to have to watch him, but it's Zeta just sticking balling. Torreira choosing to hang back as if he knew that the field would get in the way there of Zeta, and the ball eventually falls to Torreira. Lovely backhand pass to Zavaleta. This is where Kentucky are at their best. It's going to be Zavaleta running into the 40. He's all on his own. Surely this is going to be 2-1. Zavaleta, easy as you like. And that is the Polo we spoke about that Kentucky are able to play. It was Torreira who picked it up. Open backhand. Just that sort of play that Zavaleta was telling us about yesterday. And they have their first goal. The deficit is half. 2-1 now as the umpires just give players a chance to go off and change. It was interesting watching the Colorado side in the last tournament. Slight change in tactic out here today. They've got Roberto Zeta taking these set plays from the back. Kavanagh being asked to push a little further forward, seeing if he can exert his influence. But the ball, this time, up against the legs of Spinacci. He'll have to come back on the play as he's tracked down hard by Monteverdi. Good little change of pace there by Spinacci. Hooked out of it well by Monteverdi, and Zavaleta looking to bring the horse and the ball underneath control. Under pressure for Diego Kavanagh. Look at that by Diego Kavanagh. That's why he's 8 goals. Taking it away from Zavaleta. Zavaleta, though, didn't give up the hunt. Teammates, of course, in that all-conquering Valiente side in the US season last year, both towards Zavaleta and Diego Kavanagh. And Zavaleta's on a one-man mission. In the end, Kavanagh was able to get to him. It falls out the back, finding Rob Janavas, but I think the ball has been stopped momentarily as the umpires blow a whistle. It was Guille Torreira coming down the line. Janavas just finding himself across, and it's going to be a penalty 5B halfway through the third chukker, the final chukker of this first half. Let's see if their tactics here from the 5B are the same as we see off the back line. It's always Monteverdi who takes his shots off the back line. Here you see Torreira is going to be the man in possession. Zavaleta will stay close. Look for Monteverdi, who makes a run quickly up now. Janavas, he gets to Torreira. Good pressure on Torreira by Janavas. They forced a plan B, and it didn't work. Great play by Rob Janavas initially, but down that line was Andrew Beck. Janavas thought he'd done it. He took the ball off the 8-goaler, but it was Andrew Beck. Quick thinking by him. And it's going to be another penalty. This time a lot closer as well to get moved up with Kentucky attacking towards the 60-yard line. So, penalty 4, 60-yarder. Zavaleta coming across to take. Monteverdi, Andrew Beck both being sent up next to the goalposts. Torreira hanging close. Just swinging that horse into motion, having a look to see. He hits it high. He hits it hard. And it's straight through the centre. Or is it? The flag's waving, but the umpires are pointing. I'm just going to wait and see what the goal board says here. It looks like they are going to put number 2 up. So I was just wondering if I did see the umpire just put his hand out to the right, suggesting gone wide. And it's going to be brought away by Roberto Zeta. Zeta hitting it out left to Diego Kavanagh. Kavanagh coming at it in plenty of space. It's great blocking work, I think, done there by the team in yellow, giving Kavanagh this much space. Look at him go. Monteverdi had to meet it, and he did. Pushed across onto the ball as well, so nothing wrong with it. Kavanagh wanted the foul, but it was Good little flick there by Monteverde, allowing Torreira back into it now. Guillermo Torreira, 2.5 minutes remaining here. It's all twos on the boards as he goes. No, sorry, it's third chucker as Torreira with a long shot down the ground looking for Andrew Beck. Janavas has to get there and he can't. It's going to be Andrew Beck with the shot. Oh, it's over the top of it. The umpires as well have blown a whistle. Beck may well have just come across the line there of Roberto Zeda. Was going back towards his own goal, and it's going to be possession for Colorado again. 2 goals all. 2 minutes remaining here in the third. Tap in by Roberto Zeda again. Kavanagh staying close. Zavaleta looking to put on the pressure, but here goes Roberto Zeda, taking it up now towards Monteverde. Zeda had the line, nothing Monteverde could do. So now they're about 90 yards out. The ball has been in this area of the field plenty so far today. A lot of neck shots just rolling over the back line. Can Zeda do anything better with it this time as he leaves the ball for his captain, Diego Kavanagh. Kavanagh will keep it close to him, taking it to the right to make sure none of the Kentucky players can get him. Then hit a lovely neck shot towards the goal, but it's just gone wide to the left-hand side. Less than a minute to go in the first half. 2 goals to 1. Colorado looking to upset the Columbine winners. Monteverde taking it in, resuming his knocking duties. Good play by Torreira. Look how he just takes away Rob Janavas and then runs. And that's so hard to pick up. But Monteverde didn't get any distance on the shot. So Diego Kavanagh able to switch back round onto it. Spinacci on the near side. Looking to force his way towards that goal. He's got both Monteverde and Torreira around him. He gives a little give and go. And he can't get through Zavaleta. The last line of defence proving too much there as Kentucky are able to bring it away. 30 seconds left in the third. Can Zavaleta go the distance? He sees behind him that that's where all his players are. Now Torreira thinks about going for the pass. He decides just to cut back, allows Zavaleta to keep on going on his own. Monteverde's back as well, but it's good pressure by Diego Kavanagh, and Spinacci with the under the neck shot finding Kavanagh. Kavanagh now looking to make it 3-1 for Colorado going into the halfway period. Kavanagh with a little tap forward. Torreira and Monteverde. So it's Monteverde who's there. Torreira way back, and it's Monteverde. Great play by Monteverde. Near side backhand, and eventually it will be Torreira who picks it up as the 30-second hooter goes. Torreira leaves it behind under pressure. Roberto Zeda, he's there with the tap. Zavaleta couldn't meet him because it was good play by Janavas. 10 seconds to go. Sorry, no, 15 seconds to go of the extra 30. It's right on the back line. Can they get a third? Not if they do that, because there is Zavaleta. Zavaleta now tapping it up towards the pony of Diego Kavanagh. Get left in the end for Spinacci. He's got to be quick. He's got 1 second to go before the bell goes, which it now does. That is the end of the third chukker. 2 goals to 1 in favour of Colorado. The game not really opening up so far. We'll see what the players come back with in the second half. And we are underway. Ball's in play. It's going to be picked up, it looks like, by Spinacci. Spinacci just bringing it underneath his spell. Down the ground went Diego Kavanagh. Now, can Kentucky make the most of this? Diego Kavanagh was drawn out, but it just falls into the pony. So Kavanagh's not far away now, but Zavaleta, he has it. Matias Torres Zavaleta, about 70 yard. Big shot down the ground. It's going to be close. Can Andrew Beck finish it off? He may not even need to. It's against the post, and it's wide. Wide to the left-hand side. You cannot get any closer than that. So here come Colorado with the ball on the back line. Hit out left by Roberto Zeda looking for Kavanagh. Kavanagh now will take control. Spinacci will go down the centre of the ground. The ball heads that way and actually deflects off the head of Spinacci, and it falls to Rob Janavas now. Janavas running down the ground. Ball deflects off his pony. Picks it up on the near side. Beck's got to get him. Here comes Rob Janavas. Big cut shot, but he couldn't find any air on it. And it's going to fall now for Zavaleta, beaten to it by Roberto Zeda. Deflects kindly for Zavaleta, and now he comes away. Zavaleta just slowing it down in front of Diego Kavanagh. Kavanagh won't want to commit too much because he knows Guillermo Torreira's there. That was always the danger. But Torreira just struggling to really get into his game so far, as it's picked up here by Diego Kavanagh now. Kavanagh slowing it right down. Good work by Rob Janaves to take away Juan Monteverde. And so now goes Diego Kavanagh running hard. Janaves coming in behind, but Kavanagh nearly got away. And Juan Monteverde is able to touch it out towards his boards. Monteverde called for the open. That's the sort of Polo that Kentucky are looking for. And it's going to be Zavaleta in space. Down the ground now goes Guille Terrera. If Zavaleta wants to use him instead, they look to use a two-man duo again with Terrera coming in behind Zavaleta. Shot down the ground, looking for Monteverde. Beautiful Polo by Kentucky. It's picked up by Monteverde, but the umpires stop him in his tracks before he just does hit it wide to the left. So it wouldn't have counted even if they hadn't blown. Juan Monteverde is riding Ganida. Matias on Immortal and Guille is on Uruka. But they don't have the play here. It's instead with Colorado. Long shot down the ground by Roberto Zeda, looking for the run of Spinacci. Monteverde's got to get him. It's a horse race. Monteverde gets his leg in front, but coming round, he may yet get there. Spinacci, he's on the near side. He flicks it. He's left it behind, and Zavaleta can clear it with the tail backhand. Picking it up first was Andrew Beck. Andrew Beck now looking to run. He's got to get through Diego Kavanagh. Kavanagh with a flyby, passing it to himself. Terrera coming there, but the whistle has been blown. Terrera quick to pick up the line just as Kavanagh thought he was away. And it's going to be a spot hit in favor of Kentucky. So a spot hit in favor of Kentucky. It's going to be Monteverde again. Have a look for a run of Terrera. Terrera goes left, having dummied right, and that fooled Spinacci enough to give him some time on the ball. Now here is Guille Terrera slowing it down. Watch for Juan Monteverde. Zavaleta and Andrew Beck both down the ground. So it is still with Terrera. Tapping it up, taking on Spinacci. Spinacci needs to get him. Terrera, lovely lofted shot down the ground. And it's Andrew Beck all on his own. He's found some space. On the near side, leaves it behind. It's going to be cleared away by Roberto Zeda. Zeda under the next shot, looking for a run of both Janaves and Diego Kavanagh. Janaves, look at that play by Janaves, taking out the man, leaving it for Diego Kavanagh. Kavanagh now with the ball, taking it up the boards, being shadowed closely by Guille Terrera. Down the ground goes Roberto Zeda. It's Colorado who are playing the team polo here. Oh, Zeda beat him by the bounce just as he thought he was away, and it's 2-on-1 all of a sudden. Diego Kavanagh looking to make sure that there's no damage though. Terrera's going to want to hit it away quickly if he has. Kavanagh not going to let him though, so Terrera had to make plan B. Hits it straight onto the end of a stick of Spinacci, and Diego Kavanagh gets away. This is surely going to be 2 goals between the two sides. Diego Kavanagh with the tap, with the score, and it is Colorado who lead with 2 minutes remaining in the fourth. 3-1. Colorado with the ball. So no, Kentucky with the ball with Juan Monteverde. So here comes Monteverde. Ooh, leaves it behind. Another mistake by Kentucky. It's all unforced errors at the moment by this Kentucky side. And it's picked up by Terrera. Terrera with the tap, giving it to Monteverde. They just about survive, or do they? It's picked up well by Spinacci. Spinacci about 30 yards from goal. He's being ushered by Zavaleta, not given the space. The umpires are going to be watching closely here. And in the end, a little half swing shot, and it's 4-1 now. This Colorado side have come out flying today. Kentucky fancied by many pre-game, but it's just not rolling for them. Now they look to get going quick. Can Zavaleta show us his talent? Zavaleta now running hard. Joint top scorer in the Columbine was Zavaleta, but we haven't seen the best of him yet. Terrera wants to pass. That's where Zavaleta was looking, but he's got to come back on himself. Zavaleta, the 2 greys coming together with Diego Kavanagh and Zavaleta. And it's still Zavaleta. Long shot down the ground into the mixer. Terrera, it's Beck who's there. Beck with the backhand. Who's going to get there first? It's going to be Spinacci claiming the line. Terrera thought he may as well go for it. The umpires aren't going to let him have that, though. It's Janaves coming down the line. Spinacci not far away as well. Spinacci told us before the game, one of his best 2, alongside Fine Hill. All these horses, Spinacci was saying, will be making their way in preparation for the Palm Beach season. And this is why he said he loves Denver. It's such a great place. And you can see these grounds just why they love to prepare for slightly younger horses here. As it's picked up here by Zeta. Deflected off a pony. Torreira picked up the line. And this one will go in the favour of Kentucky. I'd imagine to go penalty 4 at least. Torreira all on his own going through. Zavaleta just choosing to walk up to this one. Takes the lofted shot. It's high. And it is wide to the right-hand side. No doubt about it this time. They did remember momentarily have 2 goals on the boards. But that penalty eventually judged to have gone wide. So it remains 4 goals to 1. And it's there with Roberto Zeta. Zeta with the tap. Having a look. Oh, look at the speed there. But Diego Kavanagh, he spotted the gap and he went. And the ball reached him perfectly. Good play by Rob Janavas to take Juan Monteverde out the equation. As it's there with Diego Kavanagh. Looking to get there on the near side. Over the top of the ball. Janavas. He's there. It's going to just about stay in play. Well, yes, it will. Janavas with a little flick. It's gone out in front of him. But it's only gone for Juan Monteverde. Monteverde backhand. Finds Zavaleta with a slight help of a deflection off the board. Torreira waiting patiently if Zavaleta can see him. The ball just flicked down the boards, looking in front of Monteverde instead. Now watch see where Torreira goes. Here coming behind as we hear the first bell goes. 30 seconds remaining then in this 4th chukker. Diego Kavanagh went for the hook. Monteverde's got through the bounce, just beats him in the end and is picked up by Diego Kavanagh now. 10 seconds played of the 30. Backhand down the boards by Diego Kavanagh. Matthias Zavaleta will get there first. The ball nearly came towards me here. Stopped by the boards, thanks. And it goes out now towards Zavaleta again. Zavaleta this time, he does hit it overboard. So that's the end of the 4th chukker. 4 goals to 1 in favour of Colorado. With 2 chukkers remaining, we may very well have an upset on our hands. But just a slight error on our behalf on the horse list in that last one. It's in fact Abril, that horse I was telling you about of Spinacci. That is out there now. Watch this horse of the number 2 in yellow. Coming onto it now is Spinacci, but stolen off the end of his stick by Monteverde. Monteverde coming away fast, but he's left the ball behind. Zavaleta can't make anything of it. It's there. Rob Janavas called for the open backhand, but Torreira saw that one coming, picked up the line, and this one is going to be in favour of Kentucky. Guillermo Torreira. Sorry, no, it's Monteverde. Monteverde looks for a run of Torreira, but he hasn't got enough distance on it again. The pass is just falling a little bit short so far for Kentucky as Matthias towards Zavaleta now. Looks to put a change that. He saw Andrew Beck on his own out in front. He's forced him out wide to the left. So he's going to have to be careful here because also if he stops he could draw a foul. So he goes to the big cut shot first and is going to roll towards the back line but kept in play by Roberto Zeta. Zeta now running fast here towards the boards. A little flick golf shot looking for a run of Spinacci on that pony Abril. Look at him open up now. It's Abril running with Spinacci. Torreira doesn't have the legs, so he concedes it. It's going to be Spinacci. This could be 5-1. Spinacci with the tap towards the goal. Can he get there? He's just left it behind and Torreira's going to clear it for Kentucky. Torreira now tapping it on the inside of Rob Janavas. Diego Kavanagh waiting back, seeing how this play comes out as Torreira with a little flick pass finding Zavaleta. Zavaleta wanted to find Beck, but he's got no distance on it, so Beck will have to come back. But no one will be there in time to put enough pressure on Roberto Zeta to prevent him from being able to come around on the ball. Now he hits the ball wide left, finding Diego Kavanagh. What a pickup by Diego Kavanagh, and now look at him go, but he's only gone as far as the stick of Monteverde. There now though with Spinacci. Looking to use the ball, the momentum going forward now with Spinacci. Under the next shot, coming in, goal there for Spinacci. And it is 5-1 now in favour of Colorado. Kentucky just can't seem to get close to him at the moment. So Andrew Beck out there on Skittles. This chukker. Matthias on Zilmba. Guille Torreira on Azafata. And Juan Monteverde on Mercamario. Picked up here now by Monteverde. Monteverde with the shot down the ground. Trailing by 4. They need to get a couple of goals in this chukker. But Kavanagh looking to make sure that doesn't happen. Diego Kavanagh now with the tap coming on the inside of Zavaleta. Leaves it behind now for Spinacci. Spinacci looks up to see where his players run. And he finds Diego Kavanagh, the main man. Diego Kavanagh opens up his shoulders, but he's deflected it wide to the left-hand side of the post. 3 minutes remaining just over here in this 5th chukker. Those players there having a little chat. Monteverde. Oh no, there is a change in tactic. It's Torreira. Torreira, is he going to start playing it back now? We will see. He looks to find Zavaleta out wide to the left. Andrew Beck goes down the centre of the ground, wanting the pass, and it's there still with Zavaleta. Zavaleta with a shot down the ground, looking for Guille Torreira, but it's only gone as far as Diego Kavanagh hits it back. Perfect backhand play by Diego Kavanagh, finding Roberto Zeta. Zeta now running down the ground, big under the next shot towards the goal post. I don't think it's going to have the legs on it, and Monteverde just watches it go wide to the right-hand side of the goalpost, and it will be Kentucky ball. 2.5 minutes remaining in the fifth chukker. We saw that last one. Torreira took over the knock-in responsibilities. It didn't go any better for them, so they go back to the original plan of Juan Monteverde. Monteverde with the tap. Torreira it is, who takes away Rob Janavas. Janavas has done a great job all game of putting pressure on the hitter coming in, and is there with Monteverde still. Monteverde looking for Zavaleta, but the pass again is short, and it's going to be picked up just about the line. Rob Janavas had nothing on it, but the momentum of the play seems to have broken down momentarily anyway, as Monteverde shows a little bit too much of it to Diego Kavanagh. Quick onto the line though with Zavaleta. Gets left again for Monteverde, you hear. Guille Torreira just calling for the pass, and it gets delivered. Beck going down the ground. What a lovely shot that is by Torreira. Can Beck get there before the ball goes over back line? It's a goal. I'm sorry, the commentator's having a coughing fit. It's a goal for Andrew Beck. Lovely shot down the ground by Guillermo Torreira. 5-2. Plenty of time left in this one. So ball on the back line now with Colorado. A glimmer of hope now for Kentucky. But the ball goes out wide to Janavas. Janavas over the top of the ball, but it doesn't matter because there is Roberto Zeta. Zeta, a great game he's had in the number 4 position, but now just as I say that, he goes over the top of the ball, and it will come for Guille Torreira. Torreira turning it round in front of Diego Kavanagh, just tapping, toying with the Colorado captain now as Guille Torreira still has it under pressure by Zeta. The ball goes out looking for Zavaleta. Lovely passing Polo again by this Kentucky side, beginning to slowly find their men. 45 seconds remaining in the fifth. If it makes it 5-3, we could be on for another possible overtime in the next chukker, as it's shot down the ground again by Zavaleta. Good play by Rob Janavas to take Andrew Beck away, and it's going to be Roberto Zeta with plenty of time here. Zeta just taps it to the right, underneath the pony of Zavaleta initially, giving himself the time to find the pass for Spinacci, but there was Monteverde. Monteverde looking for Zavaleta, and it only goes as far as Roberto Zeta with the backhand play, taken out the air superbly by Torreira, but it's only gone as far as Spinacci. Spinacci now in the final 10 seconds of his chukker, called for the backhand, he had to find it, and he did. Zavaleta, good meet by him, keeping the danger on as Zavaleta comes out on the near side. He's got a glimpse of a goal. It's Matias Torres Zavaleta, about 40 yards out from goal, on the near side. It's rolling, it's going to go from Andrew Beck on the goal line, and somehow Colorado survive amidst all that. The first bell went, so we're into the last 30 seconds. What a save that was by the Colorado side, and they come away. It may yet be worse for Kentucky. Spinacci with the pass down the ground, looking for Roberto Zeta. 5 seconds left before the second bell. Zeta with the shot down the ground. They're happy to call that for the chukker, and we will go into the sixth and final period with the score at 5-2 in favour of Colorado. How different that could have been had Kentucky managed to score that. What a save, what a play. One chukker left. Juan Monteverde it is. The knock-ins haven't quite functioned so far for Kentucky. Monteverde. And again, they leave it short. Beck had found the space, but the knock-in just wouldn't quite reach him, and it's an open backhand by Spinacci, finding Janavas. Janavas called off the play by Diego Kavanagh. Diego Kavanagh coming through Torreira. Kavanagh probably won the battle of those two this afternoon, and what a lovely little chip down the ground by Kavanagh. Janavas tried to reach out, couldn't quite bring it under his spell, and Torreira is able to turn it round. Just over 5 minutes remaining in this contest. 3 goals still in it. How important could that save at the end of a last chukker by Colorado be? Shot out right by Monteverde. He was looking for Torreira, but it's going to be picked up by Roberto Zeda, just slowing it down. Into him comes Guille Terrera. Terrera may look to get there in front of Janavas. Janavas just flew right by Terrera there. Terrera now telling his player Monteverdi to go up. It's going to be Zeda caught in between two minds here. In the end, he did go back with Monteverdi, and he's got to get him quick because it's Roberto Zeda with the cut shot, leaves it behind. Monteverdi left the ball behind just as the goal was gaping open for him, and Colorado, they clear again and the ball goes over the boards. Very difficult for this Kentucky side right now, though, as the ball goes in play. Picked up there by Guille Terrera. No, sorry, it's Monteverdi. Monteverdi just spinning a circle round. Spinacci out there. In as well there, Zavaleta. It falls again for Monteverdi. Terrera looking to come in, but it's still there on the end of one Monteverdi stick. He eventually does leave it to Terrera. Terrera with the ball underneath all the pony's legs. He's about 20 yards out from goal. Janavas came in for the hook, as does Spinacci, and Spinacci is able to get the ball there. Spinacci looking for the run of Janavas, but he was pulled out the play by Monteverdi. So Matias Torres Zavaleta all on his own now with the ball, taking it out in front of Spinacci, who's looking to put on the pressure and forcing Zavaleta onto his near side. Called off well by... Sorry, no, that was Zavaleta hitting the pass down the ground. Zavaleta looking to pick it up, but he can't get there, and it's going to be brought here by Spinacci. Spinacci with the long drive down the field. Going back is Andrew Beck, all on his own. Terrera tells him he's got the time to try and make a play with it here, as Beck now over, just coming up towards the 60-yard mark now with that pass down the ground, but no one's going to get there apart from Rob Janavas. Good play again by Janavas, but it falls for Zavaleta. Zavaleta with the cut shot towards the goal. Has he found it? It looks good from here, and the flag saved it. It's just wide to the left-hand side. They needed that one. 5-2 it stays. And then what was a tough beginning being drawn against the Columbine winners. So far, they're passing the test. We're into the final 3 minutes. It's there with Roberto Zeda. Zeda again finding Janavas. Janavas now out on his own, in front, in space, leaves the ball behind. But Roberto Zeda again, as so often has been the case this afternoon, he gets there before any Kentucky player does. Zeda just tapping it up. Guille Terrera waiting there. Terrera looking at the near side. Little flick by him. The umpires say that was a foul. It looked close from here. Coming round on for ball, so important. These penalty shots in the game. It's along the ground. It's straight though. It may yet make something of it. Terrera coming across. It's rolled all the way. It's not the prettiest, but it may yet be effective as it's picked up by Kavanagh, but stolen off him by Zavaleta. Zavaleta now looking to run for Kentucky. Zavaleta just tapping it, keeping it close. Terrera coming in behind. Zavaleta, he's there, taking it out wide to the left of Spinacci. We've got under 2.5 minutes remaining now as Zavaleta over the halfway line. This is what Kentucky needed to be doing all afternoon as the ball eventually falls for Terrera again. Just pushed out wide to the right-hand side. Terrera under the horse's neck. It's not going to have the accuracy, and it may also go over the back line, which it does, and it's going to be Colorado ball, and they're going to be more than happy to just see this clock tick on down. And Colorado bringing the ball back in play. Zeda, he's had an absolutely fantastic game, and the number 4 position as Zeda. Looking for Janavas again. Janavas hooked out of it well by Monteverdi. Monteverdi now just coming on for play. Janavas coming back in, getting stuck in, making it difficult here for the Argentine one, Monteverdi. Monteverdi will leave it for Zavaleta. This Colorado side giving absolutely nothing. They don't want to give Kentucky a glimpse. The ball down the line by Monteverdi, picked up by Terrera. Terrera under the neck, near side, doesn't find his man, and it's going to be, lovely play by Andrew Beck. Andrew Beck steals it off Roberto Zeda. What a goal by the young number 1 for Kentucky. I was just saying there that Terrera had left it a little bit short. Beck, he made something out of nothing. The goal is scored 5-3. 1 minute remaining. Can they get back? They need to get the ball here. Terrera's a man who goes in close, looking to put on the pressure, but it has found the man of Spinacci. Spinacci now taking it up past Monteverdi. Monteverdi, nothing on the backhand. Spinacci will get there. Janavas wants to pass, and it gets delivered. It's Rob Janavas out in front. This could put the nail in the coffin. Janavas in front of Monteverdi with the approach shot towards the goal. He doesn't need another touch. What a way to finish it for his side. Rob Janavas running it. Lovely finish. 6-3. Colorado, they lead. They will get the opening day win as we approach the final 10 seconds. There's been a great team performance by the team in yellow. Diego Kavanagh marshaled his troops superbly. Zeda has had a fantastic game at the back. and spin action, as you just saw there from Rob Janaves. They've certainly done their parts. And the hooter, it does go. That is the end of the game. Colorado, they defeat the Columbine winners Kentucky 6-3, and it's a double home victory. Valiente and Colorado on the opening day here of the Colorado Open for 2017. From all of us here at Polo Channel, thank you very much.